So you want to join the SLO online exam system. Great. The question is, how do I get started, right? Okay, so let me take you on a very brief tour because it's really easy to get started. We have some system features planned that may change as time goes forward, but for now, let me just get you started. The first thing you need is your syllabus. Go to your syllabus, and we all start with the basic information up there at the top, our name and stuff, and we typically tell the students the course description, how many credit hours it is, and we give some kind of brief description. That's great. But realistically, most college courses have many sections, different instructors, different adjuncts versus full-time. So how do you make sure that if you may teach many things, but that the core principles are being taught? The first thing to do is to identify them. Put a section on your syllabus, this is very necessary for accreditation compliance, that is described as course objectives. Some people say course outcomes, or better yet, student learning outcomes, okay? Otherwise known as SLOs. Now, within this particular course that I'm looking at, I bet that every instructor would tell you that, and we offer many sections, that we teach, a lot of concepts, several concepts every single week, so maybe 20, 30 concepts. Sure, but there are 5 fundamental concepts. These are things that the student is going to demonstrate, that they are going to successfully list, that they are going to be able to, demonstrate. Identify might be another key word. Pick out 5 things, not 4 things, not 6 things, not 10 things, not 2 things, 5 things, 5 objectives, 5 outcomes, and write them in your syllabus. Every person who teaches the course will have these 5 things in their syllabus. This is key. Identify those. Now that you've identified those, and hopefully you're collaborating with other faculty perhaps, and you all agree these are the 5 things, you are going to write a multiple choice quiz. Now here's the thing about the quiz. You're just going to open your word processor, and you're going to say, for SLO number 1. Oops. I'm going to come over here. This is my first SLO. This is my first learning objective. There it is right there. Whoops. Let's see if I can tell Word. I don't want that to happen. All right. So I've got that first objective in there. Let me make this bigger so you can see. This is what they need to do. So I'm going to write 3 questions that assess whether or not the student can actually demonstrate a basic understanding of the American free enterprise system. Now, obviously we have these 3, and I won't, let me make that bigger. I won't waste your time doing all this, but I'm going to say the first question that supports objective 1, I don't know, is the sky blue? Now, we need to give multiple choice, right? So A is going to be true. B is going to be false, right? Underneath it, say correct answer, because you need to let me know what the correct answer is. A. Now I'm going to write another question that supports this exact same objective. So for question number 2, for objective number 1, demonstrating the free enterprise system is, well, I'm trying to be funny here, obviously. Which of the characters is not the the college mascot. Now, obviously, these are not related, but I wouldn't want to give the real questions, and you get the idea. I'm going to say A, shepherd, B, hound, C, lion. Oh, I guess I made this question bad, didn't I? All right. D, Saluki, Egyptian hunting dog, right? And so again, don't forget to tell me the correct answer is D. So you're going to write how many questions in regards to this particular objective. You're going to write 3 because it's a multiple choice quiz, and the multiple choice quiz must have 15 questions. It is not a 10-question multiple choice quiz. It is a 15-question multiple choice quiz. Not a 17-question multiple choice quiz, not a 20-question multiple choice quiz. It is 15 questions, multiple choice. Now, I did want to say that you'll notice true, false can be multiple choice. No fill in the blanks, no essay, must be multiple choice. Now, these 15 questions are equally divided among the 5, not 4, not 6, not 3 objectives. 5 objectives, 15 questions, right? That means that you must have 3 questions per objective, okay? So at this particular point, that's all you need to do. You need to identify 5 objectives. You need to write a multiple choice quiz where there are 3 questions related to the first objective, 3 questions related to the second objective, 3 questions for this, 3 questions for that. Make them multiple choice. You can get them from a test bank. You can actually get the objectives from the from the chapters, in your book. Go through and say, well, goodness, when I cover chapter 5, I always make sure that we talk about this particular objective, and I hope everybody does. Well, if this is something that's so important that a student should not pass the class if they don't get that concept, that is definitely a student learning outcome. And then you come up with 3 questions, or you get them from a test bank that assess the student's knowledge. I could explain more about how the pieces of the system come together, but just to get started, that's all you need to know. Once you have your quiz, and you can see that you just do this in some kind of Word document, that's all you have to do. You email it to me. I'm sorry, let me pull that back up. You email that to me, and I will put it in the system. Some of this is going to change as time goes on. In fact, I hope that the faculty are going to be able to put it into the system, but for now, they don't. There's one final note that I guess I should say. Once the quiz is created, okay, and I'll just put a couple of these notes up here on the screen. Students in, and I should say once the SLO quiz is created, students in all sections of the course take this quiz, okay? Remember, it's not a quiz that you're making for the one section that you teach. This quiz is going to be given across all the different sections. That's important. Just like all the faculty who teach the course should include the exact same list of student learning outcomes. Now, if there's fear associated with that, we'll work on all those different issues later. And in terms of piloting this program, in other words, taking the first step for your area into this process, we can implement a little bit at a time. But I can tell you this, once you use this method to collect your data, everybody's just going to say, I'm so glad that that the quiz is out there. And if there's a problem with the question, and we all know as teachers that the first time you write a question, the first time you give a test, that you realize the need for change, and that is okay. And we can do that after we go through this during the first semester. We hope that it'll be more and more collaborative, and that it will encourage people to join the discussion so that we get the best results possible. But for right now, just come up with the 5 objectives and a 15-question multiple choice